Children of criminals are often forgotten victims. Trying to reconcile feelings of love and loathing for a law-breaking parent can be confusing and damaging. Even if the children are adults, they can face challenges. As 36-year-old Kendall knows too well, she's the daughter of Roman Hines, better known as the Salt Creek Monster. In 2016, Hines lured two backpackers to a remote campsite and violently sexually and physically assaulted them. That they managed to escape him is remarkable. Accepting her father committed this evil act remains difficult for Kendall. But adding to her conflict now is that even though he's locked away, he has turned his aggression on her. "I'm really scared that Dad's going to come after me when he gets out," Kendall told 60 Minutes, breaking her silence on her father's crime for the first time. "Do you really think he would hurt you?" I asked. "Yes, sadly I do," said Kendall. Since Hines's arrest and conviction, it has been an incredibly complicated journey for Kendall, trying to reconcile the dad she knows and loves with the monster of Salt Creek. Even the location of the terrible crime, where she spent childhood camping holidays with Hines, sparks confused and contradictory feelings about her violent father. "I miss the dad that he was before it all happened," she said. "I feel I'm in a jigsaw almost. I feel like I'm lost. I feel like I've lost Dad." Retracing her father's despicable steps along the isolated beach at Salt Creek in South Australia, Kendall reveals, like the rest of Australia, she saw his arrest on the news. "I remember watching two police officers and they were putting him to the ground. When he got up, I then realized it was Dad," she said. Hines was convicted of indecent assault, aggravated kidnapping, and endangering life, and has so far served 7 years of a 17-year sentence. So profound was Kendall's shock and disbelief that even now she has trouble accepting his guilt. "I didn't know what to believe, and I still to this day don't know the truth behind it. There's just too much inconsistency. Things that just don't add up, and still I question things," she said. In truth, there are no inconsistencies about her father's monstrous crime. His guilt strenuously upheld by an appeals court. But according to forensic psychologist Dr. Kindelotti, Kendall's need to believe her father's version, no matter how sketchy, is not uncommon. To believe otherwise would shake her very foundations. I think she just wants to hold onto, at any cost, this perception of him not being the Salt Creek Monster, not being this evil person who could commit these crimes. Delotti said, watching a recording of Kendall's 60 Minutes interview, "It jeopardizes her perspective of him, therefore her identity. And that's not something that's easy for children to do, when the parent is usually seen as an
But Kendall's loyalty to her jailed father has seemingly not been returned. There is no apology and no remorse. Instead, there are threats, with Hines turning his rage on his daughter. He has recently sent abusive letters to her, which Kendall read to me. "Kendall, are you on drugs or just plain stupid? Are you serious? I've had enough of this shit with you and all your dramas. No buts or else. Dad." She's also had warnings of worse to come from people she doesn't name but who know her father. "I got told to watch my back, that there were people that were going to come after me. That knew Dad," she said. "They told me to watch my back, that Dad would sort me out when he gets out of jail." Clearly, Kendall is in deep conflict, torn between love and hate. To work through her emotional struggle, she has written a book, a tribute and a farewell to the father she pines for, as she has decided his threats against her mean she can no longer have anything to do with him, for her safety and that of her children. "What do you want the future to be with him?" I asked. "Just to be neutral," said Kendall.